And what we specialize in is like live audio recordings, and also we're doing a lot of showcases as well. How we got the name, for the most part, is that's the street I actually grew up on as a kid, and that's where Jake and I first started playing music and started getting inspired by all the same bands we listened to. He was actually a good friend of my brother at the time. When we're actually recording bands and everything too. Davis is a phenomenal drummer, has his degree in music performance, and so he's a great resource even as just like a drum tech for a lot of the bands that either they're newer or they just really don't have that much experience recording in the studio. Davis is a huge resource. And then I would say Jake is kind of that for anyone that's a guitarist or at least trying to find any type of tone with their pedals, amps. Jake, all he does for fun is just watch videos about pedals. Like, it's like, I'm thinking about this tube screamer, but
I'm a bit of a gearhead.
It's like, dude, what's the difference between these tube screamers? They're the same.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, and then I like to be sort of like the engineer behind it. I like really getting involved with Pro Tools.
And we're trying to showcase what the Valley has in regards to talent. There's a lot of rocks that don't get, turned over. They don't get the proper attention I think we all agree that they deserve.
Yeah.
Being artists in the Valley, and I think really our goal with what we're doing right now is to showcase that.
Make it a destination in a sense, to where it's like, even if whether it's people just needing something to do, it's like, oh, Aurora's got these showcases every month at the end of the month. Typically, we could do that. They're always good music, or even if it's just touring bands or just bands that need to get a good gig, we're that resource and we want to be that destination essentially at some point in Phoenix. So.
I can't tell you how many times that I've listened to some of my favorite bands' studio records, and then they play it live, and it's like, I'm at the show and they, someone will play it, whoever's drumming will play a sick drum fill or, a guitar riff, and it's like, man, like I wish they would have done that in the studio, but it's like, it's hard for me to go back and listen to it, and you're searching on YouTube and whatnot and you can't find it. And so that's why, Danny was saying is that, people can do that, like there's certain things that you do when you're playing as a live musician that sometimes you don't do, when you're playing on the studio. So you can obviously go back and listen to that, and kind of like relive what you experienced. So
of course there's lots of pockets, there's lots of like little mini scenes, right? But I think what our goal is here is to be the catalyst or be the driving force that kind of can connect all of it together, and of course we work with lots of great people that all share that same goal. So just to be the collective and be part of the collective of artists from many different walks of life and genres, to make sure that Phoenix itself is not just a destination for bands coming in and touring thinking it's just a flyover kind of city, or just we're just passing through, but actually be a really cool place, create a culture with the music scene.